And what is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So this one's a little bit different. So I'm messing around with my channel art at the moment. You know, I put this up and an image of me, and today, or at least over the next couple of days, I might actually create something properly. For those that don't know, I do have a design in degree and a master's in degree, and most of my PhD in typography and communications. I also have postgraduate degrees in research methodologies and education. So I have a repertoire of creative degrees under my belt. So I was just looking through some of my stuff, random stuff. This is a new computer, so I don't have that much stuff on it. But this package was called The Faith of Go. So I just loaded it up as a PDF, or actually it was loaded up in preview and viewed full screen. I was just looking for maybe images that I've already had in PDFs that I put together that I could use as a backdrop image for just another gaming channel. Now, any of these images, what you see now, if they are used, they'll be totally different. The colours and manipulations will be changed. Some of these shots, I mean, that was a 6-layer 35mm camera, real film, 6-layer freeze frame camera. I took photographs of woods, close-up shots of hedges. I took a shot of the sun, and then every time the camera took a shot, it was a freeze frame. And this was a great shot I took on a train station once. Just some of the angles you can get. And this as well, laid flat on my stomach with a macro lens. One of the probably not relevant for this channel, but still, just some of the visuals and zooming in and taking a percentage of any of these and blowing those up, you get new images every single time. So this is what's on at the moment on the channel, and I just liked it because it's I'm a typographer, and a photographer and designer, but I liked the pixelated representation of that photograph because I photographed my screen using macro technology. So again, yeah, just some of these are just design samples that I'm personally looking through at the moment. While I was trying to figure out what I could use, this is just a 30-page PDF portfolio thing I put together. I've got thousands of pieces of design and tens of thousands of pieces of photography. So I was kind of like, this is just me looking at resources to use for my channel. And I thought, while I'm doing this, why don't I do it on screen? Because, you guys might be interested to see, some of the stuff. So if you've seen this broken video, I've got a non-gaming based channel playlist. And that's one of the design videos I put in there with typographic mailers. Look, representing the word safe by the word itself, 2 inner characters, skinny, protected by 2 beasts of outer characters. So there's a lot of concept and a lot of concept work goes into these creative processes, particularly for me as a person. And I suppose this is why I did so well on all my degrees. But life doesn't work out, so I'm not really a designer anymore. I became an educator, and I loved education. I loved teaching, particularly master's students and even PhD students. I love teaching the older level, but I have taught all levels from college. I've taught BTEC, National Extended Diplomas. I've taught A-levels. I've taught levels up from that, foundation levels. I've taught degree levels, and I've taught master's levels, and I've done some work with other PhD students. So, what's showing up right now is some of the theoretical models that I developed, a brand new research methodology in order to pursue my own PhD. It's called reaction research, and it is one complex motherfucker. I have got sketchbook after sketchbook, page after page of notes and visual design representations of the theory and how they work. Here we have a typographic analysis system and multiple different typefaces are laid over each other in different colours, and then that way you could see the subtle differences in the design because you couldn't see it normally. The human eye wouldn't be able to see it. And just to finish in peace, these 3 purple items there are actually blades of grass, a macro shot of blades of grass with my manipulation in there. So I was looking through those just then because I've got the page up, looking about changing changing what I'm doing. So I'm going to put another gaming channel along the image, or at some point use it as a logo. So I'm just looking for other items now. So I know that I've already looked at that one, so I'm just having a quick look through. Again, there's different versions, copies. So to be honest, it's my degree stuff I really need to get to look at, and my master stuff, because that's where the heavy creativity, the visual processing, the visual design, the photography, image making, that's where that happened. The PhD was more about the theoretical and the philosophy of design. But I just thought I'd show you guys just a few minutes worth of me looking at stuff, trying to figure out what. I mean, look at these photographs. Like that said 1990 or 1909. I mean, that was, or 1904. That was scraped into that hill by somebody in April 1901 or 1904. That was scraped over 100 years ago. It's mind blowing. 1904 scraped in there, and it's in England. I live in England. I think it's been protected, but even if it hasn't, I mean, what a monument to elements of time, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just having a quick look through some of these photos, all these black and white ones. I mean, here we are, Clark and 1914. Here I'm laying flat again. Just take the shots that I want. And cracks in trees that have been taken down. You get a macro and you get some fascinating things up there. So I'm just trying to looking through some of the coloured stuff here. Some of the shots you've already seen, because these particular folders are just limited to these subsets. But when you've got 10,000 plus pieces of design work and photography, I'm pretty well organised. It's just a new iMac, and everything's been transferred from my old iMac yet. So, but I love these macro shots. So these random items that you find in the middle of moors and just sticking out of the ground, but you get close in this deep, beautiful yellow rust. I mean, mind blowing. It's amazing. Well, I think so anyway. I mean, I don't know how many people are interested in the creative arts, photography, but look at this, 1904. Did you see that? 1904. Some of the colour shots. So what you're all seeing is a screen capture of my screenshot. I've got Photoshop open in the background. I've got iMovie. I've got GarageBand. I've got the Elgato software. I've got Photoshop CS5. Don't laugh at me. It's the one I had on my old iMac that I transferred over and finally got to work. Sometimes I went a little bit dark with my creativity. That were year two degree photography stuff. There's a shot from New York, taxi cab, and some other abstract things. And these were shots, just very weird lighting one evening. So I decided to take those shots. So I'm just looking through some of these. I mean, we've got my lectures, we've got I've got my PhD stuff. I mean, look how organised this PhD and these folders. I think there's something like 12,534 individual folders with over, I don't know, 40,000 individual pieces of design work and development, including obviously my thesis and the visual representations of the research methodology I invented. Again, I'm just looking through old stuff here, old sketchbooks that I wanted to document the entire process. So every time I'd do work, I'd photograph it and archive it. And some of the shots you can get can become really used as creative shots later on. Those macro shots in particular. But it's always nice to document the process work. I find the process work for me as a designer is what I love. But at the moment, I'm not purposely showing you these things. I'm trying to figure out what's usable as a backdrop. I've got this amazing sunset right now that I've just brought in, but that's probably not what I'm going to use. I'm not going to use a sunset. It doesn't relate to a gaming channel, but I've shot so many beautiful, absolutely beautiful sunsets. I've shot things that you couldn't believe exist. Some of the lighting and the colour, you wouldn't think it's real unless you'd seen it. So I'm just looking through all this stuff because I know there's hidden gems in some of these things that I can use, but it looks like it's going to have to be work between 10 and 5 years earlier than this stuff. I will go through at some point. But what I want to do with this video is just upload it, just because some people might be interested in design, and I'm going to do another part recording myself trying to create this this logo or this this top image. It's just figuring out. I really should be sat down with a plain piece of paper and coming up with some idea generations. But I'm old and tired, so I think I can work on the fly. Plus my printer's out of ink, because normally if I were working on paper I'd design the shit on screen and I'd design 40 variations, print them all out, I'd have them all stuck up on my wall above me, and then I'd start to analyse them. I'd have them in a PDF in a specific order. I'd have all the design notes on there. I'm really thorough, and I love that process stuff way more than the final piece. Way more than the final piece. I mean, I'm trying to map there. Just there, I was trying to map relationships. Right here, I'm designing posters for a dyslexic call out at the university I was doing my doctorate. This is some of all the testing that I'm doing, and again, some of the thesis I was writing. So, my organisation was very good, day by day. But it's not what I was looking for. I'm not trying to show you these on purpose. I'm actually trying to find stuff I could use. I mean, some of these abstract images that I created might be quite cool. I don't think using some of these models would be cool, but there's my timetable. 5,000 word thesis chapter. Yeah, that's just one chapter, and 5,000. I mean, the introduction to my PhD thesis is 6,500 words long. 6,500 words, guys. Most essays aren't that big. The thesis chapter, whew. I love doing my PhD. I couldn't finish it. I became very ill. A lot of seizures, some problems with some medications that I had from when I was attacked. That I took too many or something, or didn't, and it damaged my liver, and I started to have seizures. It was just a right clusterfuck. But anyway, what I decided to do, I'll just show you this part, and what I'll do is when I actually start working, so I started to work into this word another, started to experiment, because it's been a while since I've done anything. So you can see some manipulations over on the word just and on the word another, and I'm just messing around at the moment. Whether or not I use this backdrop, it's just so beautiful though, isn't it? But it doesn't scream out a gaming channel. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed a little insight into all this stuff. Something I don't share, not ever. So if you enjoyed it, please subscribe. I'd love more subscriptions. I'd love to make videos for you guys, of course, based on gaming, but there will be some other genres coming out. And please comment and leave a like, and tell your friends about it. I would love to really pursue YouTube as a career, actually. So thank you very much for watching, and cheers.